The term settler has come to mean a bad word. I'm neither white, nor a colonialist, nor occupier. I'm an ancestral person of this land. Hey, my name is Ishtayeh Fleischer. I am the international spokesman for the Jewish community of Hebron. I'm also a Efrat city councilman. I live in Efrat. And I have 3 kids and a wife, and I'm a proud Zionist.
My name is Judy. I live in the Shomron. We made Aliyah 8 years ago from Detroit, and I live there with my husband and my twin boys.
Hi, I'm Rafi, married to Lali, and have 6 children, thank God, that many of them are married, and they all were raised where I live, in Gush Etzion.
What led to you living in the West Bank, and what makes you stay?
Well, I'm very excited to defend Jewish rights in Judea and Samaria. And I'm a Bible lover. I love the scripture. I'm living that dream of living in this ancient place where Rachel is buried, where King David was born, where Ruth came to. These things matter to me. And so that's why I came to the so-called West Bank. I like to call it Judea and Samaria, or just Judea. The reason I stay is because I love it. Because there's no place better, because it's beautiful, because it's awesome. The people are great. The air is great. It's redemption. It's the place to be.
We were looking for a place where we could raise the children in a nice neighborhood, sort of a suburban-ish neighborhood, with a house and a yard and a dog. And that's what I have in the Shomron, and for a fraction of the price that I'd pay in Tel Aviv or any place else.
I came to the West Bank, or as I call it, Judea and Samaria, because I went to study there in Yeshiva Tar Etzion, and we just stayed. Just beautiful place, great education, quality of life.
Are you afraid for your safety living in the West Bank?
I am not afraid for my safety. I believe that anywhere anything can happen, and being from Detroit, anything can happen. We are careful. We protect each other and ourselves, but no, I'm not afraid.
We Israelis are soldiers. We understand that 2,000 years we've been persecuted, so now we're pushing back, we're fighting. Afraid for my safety? I try not to use the word afraid. I try to push back on bad guys and make sure that they're afraid. I want you to feel safe, and so there's people like myself and much tougher guys and gals out there defending Israel, making sure that we're safe everywhere, especially in the heartland where we're really, really from, the roots, the essential Israel, the original Israel.
I've never, ever been afraid, even though I live about a few hundred meters from probably the place that has been the most terror incidents in the whole of the country, maybe the world. I have no idea why I'm not afraid. I don't know why I'm not afraid. I'm just not afraid. I feel at home. I definitely trust the Israeli security forces. I trust the government. I trust the state. And even though after the 7th of October saying that is a bit weird, I know, but completely safe. I do walk around armed all the time, but I feel much less safe walking around in the center of Jerusalem or Tel Aviv than where I live.
Do you have regular interactions with Palestinians in the West Bank, and if so, what are they?
We used to have regular interactions prior to October 7th. Now they're not allowed, the Palestinian workers are not allowed into the yishuv. They're allowed to work outside the yishuv, which is something we still have a problem with. I would love to be peaceful and make friends with them, but as long as they see me as an obstacle to peace, I just don't see a future.
When you said still have a problem, you mean with them still working outside the yishuv?
Yeah, well, they work right outside the yishuv with big trucks and things. And after we saw what happened on October 7th, there are concerns. We don't want them right on our doorstep.
Until the 7th of October, I used to regularly meet Palestinians in different kinds of settings. But since then, I've been quite put off of it, whether not knowing, is it possible to trust the people that I'm meeting, seeing the fact that some of the terrorists or that committed terrible atrocities in the south of Israel were Palestinians that had amazing connections with the Israelis that they were in touch with over there.
What you call Palestinians is what I call Arabs living in Judea and Samaria. We have tons of interactions with them. Less after October the 7th, truthfully. But we had all kinds of interactions, everything from going to iftar dinners to purchasing stuff. We have contacts with people living in our land, other peoples, minorities, non-Jews. And we try to have them as decently and normally as possible. A lot of times we laugh about the situation. We get into it. We discuss it. But the bottom line is, some folks are jihadi. They're not cool. Some folks are anti-jihadi and look forward to more Israeli governance, more Israeli sovereignty, so that they can get their blue identity cards, get residency in Israel, get themselves freed from the yoke of Hamas and the Palestinian Authority.
What do you think the West Bank will look like in 10 years, and what should it look like?
The West Bank continues. I think there are going to be about 1 million Israelis, at least, living in the West Bank. And I think what should be is that the Palestinians have self-rule and self-control over their lives, in their cities, in their villages. I don't want to rule over them. I don't want to control them. The only thing I want to make sure is that they have absolutely no possibility to attack not where I live or the state of Israel in general. I think that there cannot be a Palestinian state as we today understand a sovereign state, for the simple reason being that any state, something similar to a state that was created for them, for instance in the Gaza Strip, that turned it into a terror state. Hopefully they will come to the realization that they cannot attack us, they cannot take our place, but they want to live side by side with us. I hope that one day they will want for their children what we want for our children, to live peacefully, side by side, wherever they are and wherever we are.
Judea is going to be flourishing and flowering, and with lots of Jews living there. And we're going to continue to normalize it to the point that this interview will seem weird. Probably there won't be a Palestinian Authority. It'll be dismantled. There'll be Arabs living as residents in our land. There won't be Hamas. It just won't be part of the story anymore. And Jewish people and those who love Israel will feel free and safe and with upward mobility. There's a yearning today for prosperity. There's a yearning for Abraham Accords. There's a yearning for a next step. And a strong Israel will ensure that more people have more rights and opportunities, and a strong Jewish Israel surrounded by strong Arab countries working together in concert for a better future is the way forward for the peoples of this region.
I think it will look like what it should look like. I think we are going to declare sovereignty, God willing. And I believe that once Israel starts parceling out the land and people can sell to each other, Arabs, Jews, whatever, you're going to see a whole different type of living. It'll be a free market economy. We can interact with the ones that want to be peaceful, and the ones that don't want to be peaceful will be evicted. They have to be.
How do you feel about use of the term settler or mitnachel?
Well, the term settler has come to mean a bad word, which is like you're a white colonialist occupier. I'm neither white nor a colonialist nor occupier. I'm an ancestral person of this land. So the word settler is not such a great word, but maybe resettler is fine. But I don't even mind sometimes using the word settler because it gets people in conversation. I'm just like, hey, have you ever actually met a settler? Come and talk with me. We are coming back to decolonize the Jewish homeland and to reestablish the Third Commonwealth. We're very proud of our movement. We have nothing to be ashamed of. And we certainly don't believe in the worst of all of those words, which is occupation. We're not occupying anybody else's land. We are back home, baby.
In a sense, we're all settlers everywhere we live in Israel. So, it was our job to settle the land, and we're doing it, and it's all ours. The term settler kind of implies something temporary. We're not temporary. My parents are buried on the Yishuv. I plan to one day, God willing, in a long time, be buried on my Yishuv. It's our land. It's where we come from. It's our DNA. And we're not really settlers. We're here to stay.
I think that the settler or mitnachel is a badge of honor from the time of the Bible until today. Unfortunately, in the world today, it's used usually negatively in a derogatory way. But if we understand what it means, that the people that we are here today thanks to settlers 120 years ago that settled in Rishon LeZion, Gedera, Metula. That's why we are in the state of Israel today. They were all settlers. They called themselves settlers. If we understand that, then we understand that's exactly the same thing together was what's called the West Bank, which obviously I call Judea and Samaria.
Thank you so much. Perfect.
Thanks.
Great.
תודה רבה.
Sure.
Okay, great.